Plaintiff Chantrice Tatum says the defendant is her younger brother, and she's always been there for him. Chantrice claims she often took her brother to run errands and even took him to get his license, but she's suing him today for the cost of a car and emotional distress. Defendant Donald Miles admits that his sister has helped him out, but he feels she's nothing but a money schemer who sits around all day doing nothing while he goes to school and works a full-time job. Donald insists he tried to have Chantrice's car repaired, but it wasn't good enough for her, so he refuses to pay anything else.
Prove your case.
I'm from Detroit, and I watch your show every day at 9 and 12. That's the time I come on there. And right now it's kind of recording because I've been here for 2 days.
Right.
So I get home and watch it. Well, the defendant, he's my brother. He's the middle child. So, you know, he had a little troubles growing up, I guess. I had my daughter at 17, a little background. I had my daughter at 17. I graduated when I moved out my mother's house at 17. My daughter was 3 months.
Graduated from where?
I was in Atlanta, Georgia when I graduated from high school, and I moved back up to Detroit by myself with me and my daughter. I lost contact with my brother and my mother for a few months, and then they came back to Detroit, and we got back in contact. Everything was fine. I took him to run errands and, you know, do whatever he needed to do and actually helped him get his license. Well, it took him to get his license. So we had a pretty good relationship up until now.
Okay, let me hear from you, sir.
She did take me to get my license or whatever. I appreciate her for that. But, you know, she's just like a money scheming person. Like, she just sits at home. She doesn't work. She doesn't attend college. She's 21. I'm 18. I go to school full time, and I work for Delta Airlines full time. So with
Where
that,
do you go to school?
I go to Baker College, Allen Park, Michigan. Mm-hmm. So whenever she needs something, I'm there for her. Whenever she needs something for my niece, I'm there for her. We wasn't raised like this for this petty stuff to be going down. You know, we wasn't raised like that. Anything we wanted, my mom made sure she had it for us. So I don't know where.
This isn't petty to her.
Well,
this might be little for you. This is pretty big for her.
Yeah, it's my first car.
1,500 isn't petty for me either. What high school did you graduate from?
Romulus High School.
Okay.
So with that, like,
I went to Romulus for about 6 months.
6 months.
What happened? Kicked me out of the district. First, I was kicked out of the entire Detroit school district after a couple of suspensions. Then I was kicked out of the entire Wayne Memorial School District. Then I was kicked out of the entire Romulus, Michigan School District. I was kicked out of 3 different school districts, and each time my mother had to move to allow me to get into the school. That was terrible. I was a terrible, terrible kid. Romulus was a good school, too.
Yeah.
And you know what happened when I left incarceration? I went to work at McDonald's, and I was working in the parking lot all the time because they wouldn't let me behind the register. So I had to work the parking lot. And the park, where's the McDonald's located?
Right across the street from the high school.
Right across the street from Romulus High. And they would just drive by and throw stuff out and laugh at me. Yeah, you're supposed to be the gangster. You're the thug, but now you're cleaning the parking lot. So you know how I felt. It was directly across the street.
Right.
But Romulus High is a good school. A lot of great alumni come from Romulus High. So tell me how he owes you for the car.
On March 6th, to be exact, he asked to borrow my car. At first, I was against it, but he really wanted to go out with his friends because he had just turned 18. And now that he's 18, he just think he's real grown. And so he...
You work full time?
My fiance actually works for me.
Oh, you don't have to work?
No, my fiance takes care of everything. I'm just house mother.
Okay.
So
good. I hope I can get to that point. You just don't have to.
No.
Don't want to.
No, it's not that I don't want to. He don't want me to. Because he has a 7-year-old daughter and I have a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay.
So I stay home with them and things.
Gotcha. And it may be less expensive because preschool or daycare is so expensive.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people are working to pay daycare.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
March 6th, you loan him your car.
I loaned him my car and I drove myself to my house to drop myself off, and he drove off in my car. Not even an hour later, he calling me, telling me my car won't start. So me and my fiance gets up, we get to the scene. it's dark, so all I see is him outside of the car and just a big old puddle of some type of oil. The next day I had the car pulled to his house, and my stepfather had lifted it, jacked it up, and looked under there to figure out what it was. And it was my transmission. I had a big old hole in it. You can see straight into my transmission, every gear.
Like she said, my stepdad jacked it up, looked at it. He'd been working on cars since who knows. But anyway, like he said, it was the oil pan. And then the oil pan don't cost that much, at the most $60 to get fixed. You know, I said
Was there a hole in the bottom of the car?
He wouldn't know because he didn't look.
Yeah, I'm not.
You have something that describes the condition? Have you seen any estimates or spoken to anyone regarding the condition?
When it was the oil pan, I spoke with my stepdad.
Is this one of the estimates for a stepdad?
No, none of that is for him because he's not a licensed.
No, he's not,
he
but
isn't.
He worked in a shop.
I'm just saying. A lot of folks bootleg.
He worked in a shop for a
He did work in this. Does he current? When he gave you this information, was he working at a shop?
No.
No.
Okay, his skills might be a little older.
Yeah.
If he hadn't worked in the shop for a while. Let's see. She provides me with estimate for damaged transmission and towing. Remove transmission and install complete rebuilt transmission. Drive axles may need replacement with this job.
Yeah, because when I took it to the shop.
How long did you wait to take it?
Actually, it was like a month or so.
Why it took so long, I don't know.
Because someone had made an agreement that they were going to pay me, and he gave me an estimate, and it was $1,250 to get my car fixed. I approached him and let him know, and we were only asking Donald to pay for the actual part itself and not for the labor. He gave me $100 and told me that's all I was getting.
The big Delta Airlines man?
Yeah, the cash flow dude. Yeah. He can only pay $100.
Yeah, man.
When she said it was a transmission, like I said, stepdad was a mechanic, and I actually called the shop myself. They said, you can go to the junkyard and get a transmission. So called up there, they said it was $105. You just have to have someone come up there and pull it off yourself. So, okay, that's fine. It's a pull-apart place, so I know somebody who was gonna pull it apart. So they was gonna go up there and pull it apart. But I let Santrice know that I had someone to pull it apart. She went berserk. She said, I don't want that kind of transmission. I want a brand new transmission. I said, no, you're gonna take what I give you or you're not gonna get nothing at all. I'm like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's being greedy, you know what I'm saying? It's workable. I mean, it runs right. Everything is good with it, but
Excuse me.
She just.
I'm not even listening to you.
It's crazy.
Right.
Sir, she has no obligation to get a transmission from a junkyard. This estimate she provides is for a rebuilt transmission, which is not new.
Right.
And it's just what it says, rebuilt. And so I think that was fair. You paid her some money, so you indicated that you had a sense of liability. The remaining balance is for emotional distress. You have $1,000 for the cost of a car and $500 for emotional distress. How so?
Yes, because I wasn't able to do anything. I have a 3-year-old daughter.
You don't do anything. You never want to do anything.
I have places
remember?
to go. I have to take my daughter to the doctors. I have to go to the doctors. I have business to take care of.
He take care of everything. He don't want you to do anything.
How you gonna take care of stuff at work?
He take care of it. Ma'am, I can't grant you the judgment for the inconvenience of having a car damaged by a third party. So unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to grant you $1,000. That's your judgment. Have a good day.
I still love my sister. I don't got no animosity towards her. But it is what it is. Life goes on.
I feel the same way. I love him. We'll work it out.